Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the confusing world of big business. And today we re-diving into a company that just dropped some new investor materials you are going to want to see, especially if you are wondering about their future. This latest filing from EXOZYMES Inc. is essentially an update for potential investors and the public, showing where they stand as of late September 2025. Think of it as a quick check, up to see how things are going. Before we dive in, if you find these deep dives into corporate filings helpful, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And we've got a great community discussing these things over on our Discord server. The link is in the description below. So what we have here is a Form 8K filing. In simple terms, this is a way for companies to announce major events that shareholders should know about, things that aren't usually part of their regular quarterly or annual reports. This particular report is mostly about providing an updated investor presentation. The company we're looking at is EXOZYMES Inc. Now, reading through this initial setup, we see they are incorporated in Nevada with a stock ticker symbol of EXOZ. They're listed on the NASDAQ Capital Market. It also tells us they are considered an emerging growth company, which means they get a bit of a break on some of the reporting rules, and they've elected to use extended transition periods for new accounting standards. Basically, they're not rushing to adopt the very latest accounting rule changes. The real meat of this filing is the investor presentation that's attached. These presentations are often used by companies to talk to potential investors, partners, or even just to keep the public informed about their progress and outlook. It is where they try to paint a picture of their business. Now, attached are a couple of key documents. The main one is this investor presentation, and there is also this interactive data file, which is basically a machine-readable version of the report that regulatory bodies like the CC use for analysis. While this 8K itself is quite brief, focusing on the fact that they updated their investor presentation, the presentation itself is where the story unfolds. Unfortunately, the actual content of that presentation is directly embedded here for us to break down word. For word, however, based on how these filings work, we can glean some insights. Companies usually only file these broader updates when there is something significant to share or re-emphasize. This could be a new strategic direction, a major development in their product pipeline, or a summary of recent achievements they want to highlight. Considering they are giving us an updated presentation as of the 30th of September 2025, it suggests they want to show current performance, future plans, or perhaps address recent market dynamics. Often these presentations will include key financial highlights, a look at their market position, and their vision for growth. Wednesday normally expect to see things like revenue figures, profitability, and projections. Without the specific presentation, it is hard to say exactly what numbers they are emphasizing. But the very act of providing this update signals they believe they have something positive or important to communicate to the market. This is signed by Fouad Nawaz, who is the Vice President of Finance. This signature, dated the 3rd of October 2025, confirms that the company is officially releasing this information. It's a routine part of the filing process, confirming that the company acknowledges and is responsible for the contents. So, what does this mean for EXOZYMES? The filing itself doesn't give us juicy financial numbers to dissect, as the core information is in the attached presentation, but the fact that they updated this presentation and filed it with the SEC implies they feel it is a crucial moment to communicate their story directly to investors and the market. If we were to speculate on the contents of that investor presentation, it would likely be aimed at bolstering investor confidence. They might be showcasing recent breakthroughs in their enzyme technology, outlining new market opportunities, or perhaps detailing progress on commercialization efforts. Given it is an emerging growth company, they are probably very focused on growth and demonstrating a clear path to increasing revenue and market share. We'll have to keep an eye out for any further releases, or news that might give us a clearer picture of the specific financial and strategic details EXOZYMES is highlighting in that updated presentation. The SEC filing here is essentially just the cover letter pointing us to the more detailed narrative they want the public to see. Now, looking at this report in the grand scheme of things, it is a bit of an unusual one because it's not a standard financial report with detailed tables. Instead, it is a notification that a more detailed document, the investor presentation, is now public. This often happens when a company wants to get information out quickly without waiting for a full quarterly report, perhaps to capitalize on a recent success or to clarify their position in the market. The lack of explicit financial figures in the 8K itself means our analysis is based more on the purpose of the filing rather than its direct quantitative data. This suggests EXOZYMES is currently in a phase where they want to communicate their vision and strategy more than report on immediate granular financial results. The key takeaway here is that they believe their story, as told in the investor presentation, is important enough for this public filing. What is your take on this kind of filing? Does it make you more curious about EXOZYMES, or does the lack of immediate financial detail leave you wanting more? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this decoder useful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more, and definitely join our Discord community for ongoing discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.